What's going on, my nail friends? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Mary Rosie, and this is Mary Rosie Dips. Can you believe I finally had a chance and felt I had enough practice in applying jelly tips to finally get a video up on my channel? I've got a lot of requests, and I chose to do a first impressions video using the Vivid Glam Co tips. And look at this freaking packaging. I mean, hello, can you say glammy and sassy? So I got the little clipper things, I don't even remember what they're called, to clip them down whenever I'm ready to not have them long, because I am a nurse, so I can't have long nails all the time. But on my days off, I like to feel real bougie and put on some cute long jelly tips. So I had never, I recorded, can't remember. Let me backtrack. So I bought the jelly tips I think the same day that she released them. And I'm wearing them on my right hand. I did not record it, but they literally were perfect fit. All I had to do is file down that little tab on the end, and that was it. And they're still on. I want to say I did those a week ago on my right hand, and I wanted to do my left hand. Finally had a chance to do it, and I decided to record it. So this set of jelly tips comes with 600 pieces, multiple different sizes, pretty standard. I do find that on my right hand, and they actually ended up being the same size on my left and my right, except one, I think it was my pinky on my left hand. I just had to shape on the cuticle the tiniest little bit. But once I did that, it is a perfect fit. The rest I did not have to shape around the cuticle, which is amazing for me. So you want to make sure that your jelly tip fits from sidewall to sidewall and doesn't create any extra bulk. And so I'm just going through and finding ones that look like are going to fit my nail bed, and just playing around, finding the right size, and then I'll lay it down on my mat so that way I don't get confused on which ones are which. So the jelly tips and the liquids come separately, so you do have to get the liquids separately to apply if you want to use these. I do have to say, I got no lifting, and these liquids are amazing. So here I am shipping the one nail, just a tiny little bit around the cuticle to get it to be the shape of my cuticle. And then that's all I have to do to that one nail. So then we'll get on to finish our sizing on all of them. Just make sure they fit sidewall to sidewall and are not sitting up too high on the nail. And I'll be back. Once you've got all of your sizes picked and shaped at the cuticle, if you need them to be, go ahead and close your container. That way you don't get them all mixed up. And then you take an e-file, and I like to grab one of my cone-shaped bits. I guess it's just easier for me to do it. You want to make sure you etch the inside of the nail. These do not come pre-etched. Totally fine. I don't really feel like that makes anything worse. Just make sure that you etch them, and then you'll get better adherence. You'll get less of a chance for lifting if you do this. So e-file, get on in there just a little bit. Real quick, just etch the inside of all of them for a couple of minutes. And once I've got the inside of all of the jelly tips etched out, I do take some isopropyl alcohol that I have in that container right there, and I clean up my nails, make sure there's no dust, no debris, no oils, no nothing on the nails. You want to make sure that there's nothing on there so you get great adherence. And then for me personally, what I found, I've been doing jelly tips since December, and I tried a few different ways. I have found that this lamp from the Painted Desert is the one that works the best for me. So it is a gooseneck UV LED flash lamp. So to be able to hold onto the nail and get it to stay in place and flash cure it, this was the easiest for me. I couldn't ever get it to work just by putting it in the big lamp or even the little short C-curved ones that come with a lot of the kits. This just works for me. I do highly recommend this lamp. So we've got the actual liquids here, and the first one is going to be that dehydrator one. I am just going to work a couple of nails at a time. So I'm putting it on the first one, and then we'll go in with that bonder primer layer. And I really don't know why I did that one nail 3 times. Oh, I do work. No, wait. I did this video a couple of weeks ago already. So, okay, yeah. So I am only going to work a few nails at a time. So that was the dehydrator. And then we're going to go with the Premier Prime, which is step 2. And this is like the double-sided sticky tape. It's going to be a primer. It's going to look a little shiny. This is what I would compare to the Young Nails Protein Bond. It's going to help bond whatever you're putting on the nail to stay there. So I'm going to be putting these jelly tips over my natural nails here in this hand. Same thing I did on my right hand. You don't have to cut them all the way down on your natural nails. I see a lot of people do that. I don't personally do that, but they still look great either way. So Premier Prime on the jelly tip as well. Double-sided sticky tape on your nail and on the jelly tip gives better adherence. And then the jelly glue, which is the step 3 from this brand. And what I like to do, and again, this is all personal to you, as long as you do the steps to get it to adhere, I feel like you just got to work with what's best for you. So this is more viscous, kind of feels like builder gel, if you've ever worked with builder gel before. So I like to put a small, medium-ish amount in the jelly tip, or I should say on my nail, on the entire nail. And then what I like to do is I flash cure it with my little gooseneck lamp, anywhere from like 3 to 5 seconds. I've seen a lot of videos and people put the jelly glue on all their nails and then they cure the whole hand like a full cure. I don't do that. I'd like to do a little flash cure just to get it to remain a little extra sticky. I feel like it helps me it helps give me just a little bit more extra time to place it where I want to, if that makes sense, to place the jelly tip, because it's still tacky-er. The jelly glue is tacky, but it's tacky-er if it's not fully cured. So we will fully cure it, so don't worry about any kind of gel allergies from not fully curing it. It'll be fully cured here in a few seconds anyway. I just left it partially cured right now just to be able to get my jelly tip on. And then I'm applying the jelly glue to the tip. And this is kind of like practice, because at this point you'll notice here I'm putting it on the nail. It seemed like it was a good amount, but because I have longer natural nails right now, this video, I did end up having to take it off and add more because the jelly glue didn't make it all the way to the end. And that's okay, it's not cured. So just lift it off, try to scrape some of it off, and add more. As long as it's not cured, it's totally fine. I've done that several times when applying jelly tips. Start at the cuticle, press down at a 45-degree angle, get that glue to move on down, and I did flood my edges just a little bit. That's okay. And now I'm curing that. So you're holding it with your other hand to get it to stay in place so that you can flash cure it. And once it's flash cured, then I'm going to give it a real cure in my lamp off to the side. And the glue that's on my skin, I am going to take it off. I think this was the only nail that I did that. And funny enough, when I applied my right hand jelly tips, they literally came out perfect. Every single one. I had to do nothing but just seal the cuticles. And I don't know if it was because I was so much more focused because it was my non-dominant hand I was using to apply them with. Sometimes that makes it come out better because you're more focused. This video I was actually trying to stay on camera several of the times, so a few of the times I did a couple of things that I was like, whoops, I was off camera, but I try to cut those things out of the video. So I'm just picking up the next tip, and I couldn't remember which size was which. So because I had already touched my nails when I was applying the other one, I had to go back in with the dehydrator. And the dehydrator, you can put as much as you want to. That's not going to do anything. The Premier Prime is that double-sided tape. And then we're going to apply it to the nail that we're using. That is already pre-etched for us. Well, not pre-etched, but we etched it. And set that nail down. That'll kind of start drying. It will remain sticky if you touch the inside of that. And then grab your jelly glue, and we'll put the jelly glue on our nail. Flash cure that for 3 to 5 seconds just to get it to be tacky. And then we're going to do the exact same thing. So I will let you all watch until I have all the jelly tips applied. And this is what all the jelly tips are going to look like once they are fully cured and applied. And so the next step is going to be apply a little bit of a gel top coat underneath. That way we don't get any dust on any areas that may have squished out from the jelly tip glue, because that is still tacky. It does look prettier to just have gel top coat underneath, and then we'll just cure that for 30 seconds. I did use my West Coast Tips gel top coat for that because I didn't have the Vivid Glam Co ones. I do have it now. It came in the mail since this video. So then I'm using my 5-in-1, what is this, carbide bit. And what you want to do is you want to go around the cuticle and make sure you seal that nail tip in. Make sure you have everything blended nice and smooth. So this bit, I actually frequently use it. I don't necessarily use any drill bits or an e-file with my dip powders, but I use it when I'm applying tips, and I use it when I am doing builder dough. So my favorite part about it is, one, it's a safety bit and it doesn't cut you. I suppose it could burn you if you have it at super high speeds, but I use mine mostly anywhere from 12 to 14 as a speed on my drill. And I'm just going on all around the cuticles of each of the nails and then slightly over the top. I do apologize. I thought I was in frame for doing all of this. I tried to cut out most of the parts where I wasn't fully in the frame of the video. Sorry about that. So I go around the cuticle, make sure it's nice, sealed. Any of that jelly tip glue that kind of squeezed out, I am removing that or making the tip nice and flush. So everything sits flush at the cuticle, and when you go and dip over it or do gel over it, it won't be sitting on a hump or anything like that. And you won't be getting any lifting if you have your cuticle area nice and flush. Once you've got everything cleaned up with alcohol, then I'm going to apply the primer that comes in the three-step liquid system, and I apply that to all the nails because I am going to do gel top coat over it. Since I do peel base, that is the easiest pop off that I can get. I do the primer, gel top coat, cure that, and then we will be able to apply peel base right over the gel top coat and pop off a manicure as easily as I want to. I want to thank you all so much for watching. I do appreciate you all taking into consideration that this is my first jelly tip video that I felt comfortable uploading. This is just the way that I apply them, and I found that these Vivid Glam Co ones are the perfect fit, cuticle wise, lengthwise. This is my favorite length to wear, and I can't do it all the time since I'm a nurse, but the cuticles fit perfectly, like literally 99.9%, minus the one that I had to shape the edge just a tiny bit. But they fit perfectly on my right hand, left hand, -1, and the curve or C-curve on them is perfect for me. I cannot recommend these enough. They are super amazing, and I'll be getting different shapes when they go back in stock. Again, thank you all so much for watching. I will be linking the products that I used below. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video so that it can pop up for our other YouTube friends. Once everything is cured, we go in with our favorite cuticle oil from Candy Skincare. Make our cuticles as nourished as possible along with our hands. And that is the finished jelly tip application. This is how I apply all of my jelly tips every single time. And that's how I did the right hand. I did smooth off the top so that I could do a fill on them. Again, cannot recommend these enough. Absolutely in love with them. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.